Lando Norris and the Ferraris continued their fine form as we rolled in to free practice one here in Montreal. What's that all about? I'll tell you what it's all about. Wet weather. Looks like it's going to be a recurring theme this weekend. Wet here in practice one. It's supposed to be wet later on the day. Practice two, we'll review that a wee bit later on as well. And in the Mora. And in the race. And I think what Canada is due is a good race. I think it's a good track. I think it's one of the better tracks on the calendar. But it feels like it's been a while since a proper good race. 2011, no one will be able to ever forget that. And it was due to wet weather conditions. And I think going into this weekend, you could argue maybe the wet could maybe ruin it because it would be good to see these three cars at the front, i.e. McLaren, Ferrari, Red Bull competing in the dry just to see what the actual pecking order is. Because, I mean, if we're actually being truthful about it, out the six drivers, I think Max in the wet is by far the best driver. Not that the rest of them are all awful, but I think he would win if it was a complete wet weekend. I mean, nothing guaranteed, but we'll have to wait and see. But let's talk about the results, shall we? Guan Yu Zhou, he stuck it in the wall, of course. It was pretty treacherous conditions out there. It did transition to dry with about 5 minutes to go. Some drivers setting laps on the wet, some drivers on the inter, some drivers on the softs. But this is your order. Lando Norris, then it was Sainz, then it was Leclerc, about a second separating those three. Then it was Hamilton, Verstappen, Piastri, Gasly, Bottas, Sergio Perez, Russell, Daniel Ricciardo, Yuki Tsunoda, Magnussen, Hulkenberg, Alonso, Sargent, Lance Stroll, Guan Yu Zhou, Jack Doohan, and Alexander Albon. So, again, you know, it's the usual suspects at the top of the grid, even in mixed conditions, but you know, there's not much to read here. Like, the gap between Norris and the guy, i.e. Lance Stroll, who actually set the official last time, because the rest didn't actually set a lap time. I mean, it's 16 seconds between them. Lance Stroll may be gash, but he's not that gash, that's for sure. But that is probably where we're going to leave your practice one recap. There's not a lot to talk about. There's no race runs, but what I would say is I think it makes sense to do race runs in practice two in the wet, because there's going to, I think the whole weekend is going to be wet. But have you any closing thoughts on practice one here?
Nah, probably won't know more till tomorrow.
No, we probably won't know more till tomorrow. Well, later on the night, I guess. But
practice two, can't he wait?
Can't he wait? I'll be there. Do you like this late time here in the UK watching it? Or does it suit you more early?
Not really. I think it's a bit strange. I kind of prefer F1 more in the afternoon, but I also like a morning race as well. So I don't know, the night race is not so much. But here, don't care really what time it takes place, as long as we get a good one, an exciting one. In Canada, you know, more often than not, I think gives us decent races. So hopefully that's what we get on Sunday.
Hopefully, but till then, peace.